Hi everyone, I'm going to be doing a reading about you and your soul family's purpose in this lifetime. So this rose quartz and this Thoth Therotech by Aleister Crowley is going to be the first pile. The second pile is going to be this little cactus that says baby on it, and this little worry stone. With the Influence of the Angels tarot deck. And our third pile will be this clear quartz rock crystal with the Shadow Sun tarot deck. Okay, pile 1. If you chose this rose quartz crystal in the Thoth tarot deck, this is going to be reading. First, let me get a channeled song for you. Okay, we have Slow Divers by Jane's Addiction. You may be a light worker, you may also be more balanced of a person, you may be a water sign, you flow easily with life and divine timing. I'm also getting the vibe that you seek out a soul family who is sort of wise or like has a secret sort of knowledge about the universe that they share between themselves. So I'm going to burn sage to connect us to our ancestors and spirit guides. Spirit, please bring in pile 1's energy and connect me to their highest good, their highest self. Please connect me to their soul tribe, soul family, and or soulmates / kin names. So first, I'm going to start off by saying that you may not be sure about if you're going to meet your soul family at all. It's going to be confusing. Either you're going to meet them later in life, or it's going to be you've already met them, but you won't know until a later date that it is / was your soul family. But we meet our soul families in every lifetime. Our soul family is just the group of souls that we generally keep learning lessons from and we stay attracted to because we're on the same vibe, we're on the same level for that lifetime. So some souls just understand other souls better than they understand some other souls, and they feel more comfortable learning karmic lessons or learning self-love lessons with those souls that they vibe more with or understand more. And this isn't always, this can be a really good thing and a really spiritually growth thing, but it can be also really bad and really taxing on the soul. Families are tough because, you're stuck with them life after life. I'm not talking about blood families here, although your soul family can be in your blood family. I'm just saying, it's those people who, they really get to you. They get under your skin. They push your deepest buttons. So your soul family might have a lot to do with karma. You may have some major, 4th house placements. Or you just, have Cancer placements. It's awkward energy where I'm feeling you're constantly... Maybe with your regular family, you've always felt stuck, or you can't provide enough, or you can't be enough, or you're constantly giving and receiving nothing back. But your soul family is like, you're gonna learn and grow with them. So like, I'm seeing that your soul family is gonna have similar like home issues and home life issues, and like families that you have. You might have someone who is in the same home situation as you are, who's in your soul family. People in childhood and stuff like that, who just had to experience that same kind of trauma that you did, that y'all are both gonna help each other go through and heal from. Yeah, this might be a family situation you're still stuck in, or they're still stuck in, or a trauma that's just reoccurring in both of your lives that you can't really escape from, but you help each other deal with and go through and help other people heal from. So, first off, we have completion in reversed. I'm gonna put this candle up here so you can see it better. Wheel of Fortune in reverse, completion in reverse. I'm getting your soul family. Even though your soul family is really spiritually tied, you're not tied in the material world that well. Meaning that there's constant blocks in material world keeping you from each other. Y'all might be long distance with all your soul family or the people that you really feel like you vibe with. And there's this like energy of not ever really getting to be with each other like fully, like in the material world. Maybe like even if you do get to meet your soul family in the real world, it's going to be very brief. When you do, the places where you do meet your soul family is going to be dreams. It's going to be subconscious realms, it's going to be metaphysical realms. So shifting to 5D consciousness, you will be meeting your soul family on whatever metaphysical thing you have going on. You will meet them there. Definitely, because you and your soul family are helping each other with this lack of completion in your souls and this feeling of like, because things are constantly changing, things are constantly going to be done, people are constantly changing, and that's just a normal part of life that we have to adjust to, that there's, you know, there's constantly more until you die, and that's just how life is. And it's a beautiful thing, but sometimes it can be like a bad thing when not seen as the beautiful thing it is, or not taken advantage of in the way that it can be to make your life greater. Your soul family is you're gonna shine and show your soul family how beautiful you are, which is gonna make them feel beautiful and like make them want to show you how beautiful you are, because you don't really understand it, or like make them see that within themselves, where usually they would just ignore that part of themselves and be like, oh, it's, you know, it's just like that. But you pinpoint that and you're like, no, like the fact that that even exists is beautiful. Like the fact that the connection between you and your soul family exists is beautiful, because I'm getting like a spiritual magic connection. Like maybe you're telepathic with your soul family. Maybe it's like, okay, I'm getting a specific storyline for some of you. Polyamorous relationship, and y'all are all telepathic with each other. That's hot. But for others of you, you reflect your family's karma really strongly, and your family's like negative emotions and shadow side really strongly. Like, Spirit, give me some more cards on this pile ones and their soul family's purpose in this life. Yeah. So this sense of telepathy, or this sense of like inner knowing you have with your soul family, you're meant to share, you're meant to spread. So maybe by sharing this, you'll get to meet your soul family in the physical realm. But it's like this kind of connection without physical ties needs to be more normalized in the world, and the universe is trying to push you to be more open about it, because it might be something you're scared of or you feel like people won't understand. But speaking out about it, or even just actively using that magic to create things and change things in the world, would not only benefit you and your soul family's connection being so strong, but it would also benefit other people in believing in the fact that those kinds of connections can exist spiritually. which is a very important thing because we are, as a collective, in the process of shifting into that more open to receiving dynamic. We have the Princess of Wands here, and she's just kind of dancing with the flame. There's a tiger under her, and they're both kind of like yin yang, just flowing upwards with the music. That's you and your soul family. Like, you healing your sacral chakra and your lower chakras in general is going to be very beneficial for you in your life, because there's almost this need of you and your soul family, like your people, need this like power. You haven't been able to step into your power in your life because of outside circumstances, and Spirit is pushing you to find ways where you can step into that power, or step into it as much as possible in every area in which you can, because you have this power. You and your soul family have this power to like show people the innate flow of the universe, divine dance of the universe, and how important it is to like not lose yourself in the pain and lack of completion you feel, but like create something out of it, or like use it to grow and change, because otherwise you're just stuck with that feeling. I'm hearing that a lot of you, either you or your soul family, just didn't get a chance to feel fulfilled when they were younger. Possibly got pushed down, or just like had a sense where they couldn't express those true selves, or they were told it was wrong to believe in the things that they felt were right. Like the sense of higher wisdom that you know is true, that there's something more out there, and that we're kind of just, we're not looking for it. We're actively, or at least the people around you are actively just pretending, or actively just, they're just fine with the idea that there's nothing better out there. Things are just meant to be painful, and the world is a dog-eat-dog place, when it doesn't have to be that way. And they're sitting there self-pitying themselves, and they're like, life fucking sucks and I hate myself. But it's because their mindset, they won't change their mindset about things. They're just like, there's no universal flow. Everyone is in pain and nothing ever fixes it. You and your soul family kind of are here to illuminate the falseness of that. Like, you innately know the truth because of your connection to your soul family, and expressing that truth is just gonna make you and the people around you happier, because people deep down like want that validation. They want to feel that like love that comes from nowhere. It's unconditional. That spirituality is. Spirit, what else do you have to say about Power One Soul Family? Okay. Wow. We got quite a few cards. Justice is very, 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 very important to you and your soul family. Something happened to someone in your soul family, someone you're close to, and justice needs to be brought to them. It's like your entire soul family is completely passionate about not only healing that in that specific person, but showing that nobody deserves to be treated like that whatsoever in the family, the soul family. Like, there's something that your soul family is actively against. There's some sort of darkness that is in the world that your soul family is like actively there to shine light on and illuminate and eliminate, because it just triggers all of you. Like, it makes you so angry. Like, it touches your core being in yourself. You may not know what it is now, but I mean, just if you even just think about the kind of things that annoy you about people, or like what makes you not trust a person, like looking at that, you can kind of figure it out. Like, oh, this is what I'm not here for. This is what I'm here to eliminate. Definitely being more in touch with spirituality, being more in balance with your spirituality is going to connect you more with your soul family, because when you're in that unbalanced energy, you kind of get muddy vibrations. Like, you don't receive the full picture because you're thinking about other things. Like, it's all kind of mixed up. But when you're meditating and you're just clear and like letting whatever come, that's when you're most in contact with your soul family. And it's like your soul family is constantly at this vibration where they're singing out this like creativity, they're singing out this love, and you can feel that innately when you just quiet your mind, you listen to music. It's just there, and it's like a part of you that makes you so happy. It's like a part of your expression that maybe people don't understand about you, but they're like, I don't know why I felt so attracted to you for some reason, or like, I don't know why I felt like I've seen you in this place before. I don't know why I feel so drawn to you. And like, so you're like, oh, I know why. But it's just like, it's just this magic that comes out of you, and you don't understand it, but like, you do understand it because it just kind of happened, and you're like, that's just how it is. You couldn't explain it to someone, but you're like, that's how I do my thing. And you should have faith in that. With the Emperor right here, all that that orange and yellow energy of just like staying on your path, believing in what you create, believing in what your firm boundaries are. Yeah, you should definitely be more firm with people. Don't be afraid to be fucking like cocky or like sly or just like a fucking loudmouth bitch. People might have like complained that you were too much of a delinquent or too much of a brash mouth, or someone who just like like constantly like is questioning the general thing that's going on, because you're like, people may have like been like, why do you do that? There's no reason for you to be all like contrary. But don't listen to them. Be as fucking fiery and have as much attitude as you want, basically. Like, you innately understand, like, you're an empath. You aren't gonna like, you're not gonna hurt no one's feelings. You know when you're crossing the line. Don't be afraid to be fucking cocky. You deserve it. And it's like, people find that attractive about you. It's like, they like when you just kind of are doing your own thing, because it's like you're creating from nothing. You're creating from that unconditional love you feel with your soul family. And when it's that pure and unadulterated of love, people just, they love it. They like seeing that, like, just a shine. Like, there's nothing more to it. I'm getting a feeling a lot of either you or the people in your soul family in their childhood didn't get to express their emotions. They were in a constant state of pain and adjustment. Like, they constantly had to balance their emotions. They constantly had to fix their emotions to everyone around them. And I'm hearing that your soul family needs to hear that. Your soul family needs to heal that within each other. You're helping each other heal that with the spirituality, this telepathy, this connection you have with each other. Like, learning, because you still have to feel this pain of the hangman in your daily life, and you still have to make this adjustment in your daily life, and it sucks. But underneath all of that, like, you have this Ace of Cups. You have this, like, you know why you're doing the things you do, because you have this emotional well in you that just, sometimes it overwhelms you with, like, feeling, or, like, it's just, it's love is such a broad word. Like, love doesn't even begin to explain it. and you're able to deal with pain in that way, and it helps heal your soul family when you deal with pain in that way, where you just kind of accept that overflowing of emotion and like let it heal you, and understand that blocking that has hurt you so much and hurt other people so much. Like letting you completely express that and let go without judging yourself, without feeling like it has to be a certain way. When you do that and you open yourself up and be vulnerable with other people and be vulnerable with yourself, that's when you're healing with your ancestors. That's when you feel most in touch with your soul family, and they can feel you too. And when they do that on their own, they're healing you, and when you do that on your own, you're healing them. Like it's a give and take relationship, this emotional telepathy. And with the Empress here, getting a lot of feminine energy. There might be a lot of feminines in your soul family. Getting feminine ancestors watching over you. You are healing the feminine energy within yourself. This includes your inner child. Your masculine energy is like, you've had to use your masculine energy a lot, and it's time to like let loose, let go, have fun, play games, be a fucking kid. Like it's not okay to stunt your inner child and block it off because of things you've heard as a kid, where you were just kind of, people told you that you shouldn't express yourself that way, or you shouldn't talk that way, or you shouldn't look that way, or you shouldn't act that way. Let go of those preconceptions you have about yourself. Like meditate on them and why you hold on to them and why they affected you so much as a kid, and really learn to let go of this notion that you have to be a certain way, and that like your inner child expresses itself a certain way, because it doesn't, and you almost end up people pleasing, or almost end up faking this happiness persona that's not you. When you just let go and like let your emotions forth, that's letting your inner child be, because your inner child is like, it doesn't know about responsibility yet. It doesn't know about all these like heavy things. It just shines from, it's like, I love myself, I'm gonna be myself, I'm like, what's this, I'm so curious about this, or like just learning and receiving and just being open to like the curiosity of the world, and like, how is this possible, how does this exist, and asking those questions. Children aren't innately happy or innately like jovial or running around and smiling and shit like that. Children, your inner child can be like just as passive and like observant as you were as a child. Like there's something about your inner child being unique and different, or the way you were very mature as a child and the way you handled things. And I think you need to recognize how smart your inner child is, and like give your inner child some love for like understanding things at such a young age, and being like taking the reins really for all these other people who were adults but couldn't be mature for you as a child, which you deserved, but you worked through anyway. And you deserve some love for that. Your inner child deserves to like have some fun and let loose and get some love for what they did and how hard they worked for those people you love. And with this power in reverse, I'm feeling the vibe that you and your soul family, expressing yourself like this is going to be good for you, because nobody's going to understand you no matter what. You're going to feel like you don't have the power to like change things. You don't have the power to like let people see that part of you. But whether you're going to feel like that either way. So you're going to feel like that if you're pretending to be someone you're not, or if you're just being yourself and nobody understands. It's better to be yourself if nobody's watching, than it is to just act like someone you're not and everybody has their eyes on you. You will heal by just being yourself for yourself. You and your soul family, just like, there's this energy of wanting to have fun and just be happy and feel this love without conditions. It just comes from nowhere, and that's okay. Your soul family wants to heal each other's inner child and just be able to, like, when you die, you and your soul family come together, and it's just like a game. It's just like you're looking back on everything, and you're laughing with each other, and you're smiling. You're like, we made that so fun. That was so fun. And it's almost like a sad vibe when you're looking back on it and you're like, that was so beautiful. I don't know why I was so afraid, or I don't know why I doubted myself so much. So don't doubt yourself, pile one. Your soul family is there, and they really love you just as much as you love them. Okay, that's your reading. Hi, my pile twos. If you chose this baby cacti and this beautiful worry stone, this is going to be your reading. I'm just going to clear the energy real quick and ask Spirit to connect me to your spirit guides, ancestors, and your highest self, so that this reading will be progressive for your highest vibration, and also to connect me to your soul family, who seems to be a little secretive. I don't need to know everything, just tell me what Pile 2 needs to know about their soul family, their secretive soul family, mysterious soul family. I'm getting metaphysical vibes from you. Some of you might have, I'm not gonna say it. You can see that little devil right there. And guess what he is? Some of you might have those kinds of people in your soul family. Or just metaphysical beings in general. Yeah, your soul family is just like, prefers to not have a physical body. They're like, let's hide between the veil. Some of you might be mushrooms. Take mushrooms if you can. If you're not on Maui inhibitors and such. Because, I'm only saying that because I'm getting the vibe that some of you are like connected to the shrooms, and the shrooms would be like, oh, my family. They would take you and be like, I got you, I love you. But anyway, Pile 2, who is your soul family, and what is y'all's life purpose? I was gonna do a channeled song for you guys, but Good Thoughts, Bad Thoughts by Funkadelic was playing at the beginning of your reading, and I was kind of like, I'm good with this. This fits. So, if you want to go listen to that, Good Thoughts and Bad Thoughts by Funkadelic is one of my favorite songs. I think I listened to it on shrooms actually for the first time. I cried my ass off. I was like, oh my god, it's so beautiful. Anyway, it's Pal 2. Who is your soul family? And what influence do they have in your life? Wow. Your soul family has a lot to do with your shadow side. Immediately, strength in reverse popped up. So, like, not being in balance with your shadow side, that's when you learn and grow. That's when you and your family learn and grow. When they're unfair to other people, or when you're unfair to other people and you see the pain you cause, that's when you learn and grow, sadly. What is you and your soul family's purpose in this life? What is Pile 2 and their soul family's purpose in this spiritual life? What is Pile 2's soul family trying to accomplish in this spiritual life? Does Pile 2 connect to their family through the shadow realms? Okay, for those of you working in the shadow realms and shit, cut it the fuck out. You're not connecting to anyone. Yeah. when you heal your shadow side and actually change your shadow side aspects, that's when you're connecting to your soul family. Yeah, your soul family is, they feel like their purpose is to truly change those bad habits within each other. Yeah, this is heavy, but it's going to make you grow as a soul. Like, actually acknowledging the pain you cause other people or the pain people cause you and how it happens, and the innate unchangeability of it. People are selfish and they can't change their actions once they've done them. You and your soul family feel a lot of pain or go through a lot of painful experiences in life. And it's like your souls are trying to understand this dark side and how exactly it doesn't work with this Three of Pentacles in reverse. How exactly it's unprogressive. How exactly, like, where and when is the line where it becomes unprogressive? And because destruction can be good because destruction is a form of creation, but it gets to a certain point where there's this darkness that is unnecessary, like continued darkness, like without learning, without healing. So maybe your soul family is trying to help you get out of addictions, your soul, whether to a romantic partner or to something in the material world, or it could be a karmic pain that has dragged your soul family through multiple lifetimes. Spirit, please tell me about Pile 2's soul family. Wow, why is everything reversed? We have Five of Cups in reversed, which actually isn't a bad sign. And we have Wheel of Fortune in reversed. Which is funny because I got Wheel of Fortune reversed last reading too. You may have not known whether to choose a first or last reading. Or first or second reading is what I meant. You might just vibe with all three readings. Yeah, misfortune falls on you and your soul family a lot. You might find yourself as scapegoats. You might find yourself as just like the person who receives all the fallout in a situation, but it's like there's nobody to really blame. It's just like a bad situation happens and then somehow all of the bad energy gets recycled onto you, or like it festers with you, like it stops at you. Like, I just got a vision of like the ocean and all of the rivers coming down to the ocean. So the cool thing about being in touch with your darkness and your shadow side is darkness encompasses everything. Dark matter is all around us at all times. And when you are in touch with the shadow side of things, you can almost feel the all-encompassingness of it. But I'm hearing the shadow, if you are doing work in the shadow realm that you know isn't productive and you know isn't good for you, you need to stop. Because you are genuinely really connected to the shadow realm, but when you're doing it in a bad way like that, or you're hurting yourself actively, or the other people around you actively, like, it's just going to keep coming back on you over and over and over again. And even though you and your soul family have, it's like your soul, when you feel connected to your soul family, it's like you can get over anything. You don't dwell on the past. You don't dwell on things that have hurt you. You don't dwell on relationships that have hurt you. You get over it and you move on because you understand the dark side of things, and you understand endings and destruction and things like that. But it's like, it's like to a fault almost. Like, you just keep letting go to the point where, like, you're stuck on letting go. Like, you can't let go of letting go. You know what I mean? And it's like Spirit wants you to address those things that really hurt you, or address the ways you really hurt people around you, or you felt really hurt by people around you, or you felt like society or something has caused you pain. Like, you need to examine those deeply. Meditate, do divination, go on a spiritual journey, whatever. Like, learning about that part of yourself is going to seriously heal your shadow side and your soul family, because your soul family is like obsessed with darkness, almost. Your soul family might be your actual family, and they're just like really like against the law, you know? I'm not saying that being against the law is a bad thing, but they're like, they influence you to maybe get in trouble sometimes, and maybe be put in a position where you could be put in a lot of trouble. And like, I'm not saying you should be following our fucking government instead, like, but I'm just saying, like, don't follow people blindly. Make sure to know the intentions behind your actions before you do them, and whether or not you'd be fine dealing with those consequences. Now, I'm gonna get 2 cards. So, this is how you and your soul family are connected in the shadow realm. And this next card is going to be when you and your soul family are growing and changing this part of yourself that's just like indulging your shadow side. What outcome do you get from that? Wow, okay. Getting Pisces energy, or just water energy in general. Yeah, you deeply understand the emotions of your soul family and the darkness behind people's actions. When you're doing work in the shadow realm, it's like water work, scrying, emotional work. You understand people's emotions deeply, but you can't use that against people. It's going to backfire on you. And if you want to feel like you can truly express yourself and feel heard and seen for your expression, you have to heal your shadow side. Like, you are going to keep acting out of your shadow side and ego if you don't address those pains within you that have caused you to like have this pattern of behavior. It's like you keep trying to express your emotions to people or to your soul family, and it doesn't come through. It just stays in stillness. People don't even look at your emotions. They just kind of like, they're like, oh, it's a part of life. It's just another thing that happened today. Anyway, let's move on. Meanwhile, you can't move on because if you can't express your emotions to other people, and you can't feel your emotions from yourself because you're constantly having to let go of them, where are they supposed to go? And the good thing about healing your shadow side and doing shadow work and using your shadow side to your advantage instead is that we have the 8 of Cups. That's you wanting to express your emotions. That's you walking away from a toxic emotional situation. That's you wanting to let go. And that's okay. That's a beautiful like energy to have, because not everybody can do that. Some people are just so stuck on things. And you help them heal through that. But you can't truly help heal people unless you're healing yourself. And the great thing about shadow side healing is that it's very strong. People are way more comfortable healing their light sides because it's harder to look within yourself. It's harder to feel that darkness. But you innately understand that darkness. And switching the strength in reverse to a strength upright in your life, like, that's just your life path. And your soul family is there in that darkness with you. They understand that darkness with you. They share that darkness with you. But you and your soul family, our purpose is to use that darkness not necessarily for good, but not for self-destruction. Let me put it that way. Like, I'm getting the energy that you will use this darkness to create destruction, but in a form that is for creation. And when it's a combined effort between you and your soul family to, like, be the shadow side and, like, understand the role of being the bad person in a situation, will help you move on from these past pains that have caused you such deep pain and have caused you to just not care anymore because you feel like nobody cares about you anyway, so why should you care? You want to tame that beast within yourself. Like, you want to have that smooth, like, it's so cool seeing someone just tame a lion and y'all are like, you're riding the lion, you're like, I'm cool. Like, it's just cool. It's cooler than, like, having the lion control you and you fearing that part of yourself. But when you tame your ego and you tame your dark side and you're sort of in balance with it, it's almost like a beautiful little dance. And your soul family, at its most toxic, is just disharmony, and you can't hear each other and you can't help heal each other. And it's like none of you understand each other. But as soon as you go within yourself and start healing that shadow side work, the rest of your soul family will. Like, it's just you reflected amongst each other. And you all have some really deep pains y'all need to heal from because you experience pain like that. You experience people's shadow sides like that in your lives, all of you. And it's just so much emotion that y'all are ready to move on from and let go of. Like, y'all are ready to truly integrate in a positive way, like, your shadow sides and the pain you've learned. You don't want to just let that go and, like, just be like, whatever, it happened to me. You want to use that for, like, something new. Because it's like, for all of you, it's like, that didn't happen for nothing. Darkness doesn't just happen for nothing. And that's the point of your soul family, is like, there's a bigger plan here. There needs to be both sides. And it comes down to free will. Like, are you willing to enter your own mind and your own soul and really look at your reflection in the mirror and just be like, see all of it, understand and accept, not even understand, but accept all of it as it is? It's like, you see beyond the surface. Like, there's 8th house and there's 12th house of, like, beyond the surface, beyond just seeing beneath the waters. You are the waters. And you can help people heal from really, really deep traumatic pain because you understand how deep pain goes. And that's the importance of your soul family using their shadow side to their advantage, is that it does do major karmic healing for all of you. And I'm getting that you and your soul family are like, they don't mind pain or darkness as much as other people. It's almost like they find fun out of it. And that's probably what gets y'all along. That's probably what connects y'all, is like, y'all are like, this is so sad. And y'all, like, maybe go do, like, some crazy stupid shit. Y'all just go, like, break the law or something. But it's like, it's fun. Like, it feels like who you truly are inside, especially when you're with your soul family and you're like, it's like, you know that this is what your soul was meant to do, and it makes you happy to be able to be in those dark places and not be afraid of it. Like, there's great strength in that. That's your reading, pile 2. Hi, pile 3. I went ahead and put my protective cap on and my protective earring. I forgot exactly what stone it is, but that's like really protective white one. And then the black one, I think tourmaline, that goes with it. I also went ahead and brought over my protection jar I got from a friend. I'll put her link in the description. But I really just felt the need to put protection on myself for you for this reading, because you might be in the spotlight, or you might have people actively trying to hurt you and your soul family, but it is not good energy trying to block me. So let's get into it, pile 3. You chose this beautiful clear rock crystal pebble. This is going to be your reading. Below the tree. And this Shadow Sun tarot deck. So, here, revolutionary. You and your soul family are bringing something to the table that is revolutionary. Let me do a channel song. Whoa. I got Distant Fantasies by Kid Cudi. I'm kind of hearing black magic. For those of you who practice in the dark arts, this is tied to your soul family. Your magic is very greatly strengthened by the power of your soul family's connection to you. Getting Scorpio vibe, Aquarius vibe. All I know is people tend to get obsessed with you. And after you leave them, people can't stop thinking about you. It's probably why I'm getting all this weird energy coming for you. Maybe you opened up to people about your karmic stuff or your soul family or like the people you felt connected to. And they sort of felt jealous over it, or they thought you were crazy, or they pretended to believe you but they didn't believe you, and they thought like you were arrogant for it. I don't know, I'm just getting this vibe where people were like not okay with whatever you had to tell them about your soul family, even though like you were just being like, hey, this is a weird thing that happens to me. These people are like, I don't know, they just tend to be jealous of you. Like, you tend to attract people who resent you secretly, which is weird, because it doesn't seem like you're trying to do that. But it's like, people might switch up on you, like, really quickly or really randomly, and you're like, what happened? Did I do something wrong? Like, what happened? And it's just like, they were faking it the whole time. And you're like, you need to be careful who you trust, pile 3. But like, you're a really intense person. Like, you have a really deep soul. People can't get over you. They're just like, they low-key know you're like really powerful. Not low-key, like you are really powerful, and like you show that to them on a regular basis. And it's either they took that for granted or they didn't believe in it before, because now they're looking back on it and they're like, holy shit, that was something otherworldly. And they're like, oh, why can't I have it now? Anyway, Spirit, get me in touch with pile 3's ancestors, spirit guides, higher vibrational self. these block out any negative vibrations, negative energies, karmic situations that wish to interfere with this reading. Let's see. What is Pile 3 and their soul family's purpose in this life? What is Pile 3's connection to their soul family? What is the purpose of Pile 3's connection to their soul family? You might have had a slightly bad relationship with your mother as a child. Your soul family wants to help heal the maternal energy within you. Like, I'm hearing that for some of you, you aren't a good mother to yourself, and they want you to get more in touch with that energy. Also hearing for some of you, your soul family is someone of a more they're just of a more caring nature, more like parental nature, where they like want to take care of you. I'm also hearing for some of you that you are the person who sort of loves in a nurturing way or loves in a maternal way, and this has caused you to be hurt or caused you to be taken advantage of, and your soul family wants to help you heal through that, because your way of loving is just a part of you. It's just the way you heal yourself and other people, and your soul family wants to protect you from being attacked in that way or being taken advantage of in that way, while still being able to be your authentic self. What else does Pile 3 soul family have to say about Pile 3? Yeah, you're a really emotionally wise person. Something about your way of like speaking, your manner of expression is very like, you get your point across basically with minimal words, or you have a weird way of talking or a weird way of stringing words together, but it perfectly comes together like fucking poetry. Yeah, your soul family is connected in the way you express yourself. A gentle true spirit. If you are a singer, when you sing, you are connecting with your ancestors and your soul family. To chirp at the sound of goodbye. Yeah. Water magic. Pile 3, you are... It's like you act innocent, or like you don't even try to act innocent. People perceive you as innocent or just like really light or something like that, and then it's like deep down you have this like actual cunningness that surprises people. It attracts some people, but like others, it kind of like, they're like, ew, like they're being fake. No, people just don't bother to see the real you. They only see what they want to see, and then they get mad at you for it. Yeah, I'm hearing a lot of like shitty, like low vibration people who are in your life that your spirit, not only your spirit guides, but your soul family is like blocking out. They're like stepping forward. I'm getting like an image of just people standing behind you and it's like at spirits, but also covering your heart, like putting their energy over your heart when you are in those emotional situations where you can't protect yourself or you're being hurt. They almost like take over your energy. You don't notice it, but they almost like step up for you and like keep you from falling apart, because you might be someone who you're just really emotional and really in touch with other people's emotions, and it's easy for you to like fall apart under all that pressure. But your soul family is definitely here to keep you balanced and while still letting you live in that water world, because I'm getting Pisces energy. You prefer that, like, it's just how you live in the world. And it's almost like the people around you have like blocked you from that, or have like actively tried to make you feel that like that's not a way you can live. Or maybe you just felt like you couldn't live like that as a kid. I don't know. There's just like, there's some reason like you keep getting pushed out of this natural emotional energy that you have, or like people keep hurting you in a way where you feel like having that emotional vulnerability is wrong, or has what made you get is what makes you get hurt. And on a level, yes, that's true, but it isn't your fault. It's not something you should blame yourself for, like try to toughen yourself up for, because you just need to be more careful with how much and who you give your energy to, because people, when they don't realize what they're doing, they will just take and take and take. And when they do realize what they're doing, they will maneuver it so you can't help but give to them. Like, they will maneuver it so that you are stuck giving to them. And you need to set up firm boundaries with some of the people in your life who you want to keep in your life, and also just cut out. Don't be afraid to completely cut off people who you like aren't, you know, are being horrible to you. You don't have to have a reason. Just do your own thing. But don't take responsibility for it, is what I'm hearing. Like, your soul family, they have felt that energy where they've like felt like being emotional like that was wrong because of the way it's made them get treated. People see that energy as weak most of the time, but it's completely the opposite. And hearing gentleness is the strength. People tend to think they're better than you and try to undermine you, or like just push you down and to put themselves forward, or like not be true and openly emotional or emotionally vulnerable. When you bring that to the conversation, it's like you bring like realness to every conversation, like this emotional realness. And it's like people shy away from it, or they're afraid of it, and so they joke about you, or they act aggressive, or they just take it in this really weird way, or it's like it's because they're scared of it, and so they act out because of it, and it hurts you. And it's like they don't notice that because they're so focused on like not opening themselves up. But there's a gift in being able to be that open with people and be that like understanding of emotions without getting, I'm hearing a wave going over you and you getting brought over by the wave. Like, you stand your ground in emotions. You understand, like you don't let it become you. And it's like you get frustrated because you're constantly working so hard. Like, it's so hard being this emotional person in such like a mean world where people act like, oh, dog eat dog world, and like but it's who you are. Like, you can't, even if you try to change that, you would still have that emotional well within yourself begging to come out. And the truth is that part of you is so beautiful, and people are so afraid to express that because they're afraid of that part of themselves. But they love that about you. It makes them obsess over you. It makes them think over you even after you've left. It's just like, that's why your spirit guides want you to keep expressing it, because not only does it heal you really deeply because it's just a part of who you are and you love expressing yourself that way, but also like they want you to realize how powerful of a gift it is and how much it changes people when you are so open like that. Like, you don't have to like sit there and prove your point, or like be combative with people to like have already proved your point. Like, you almost arrive at the solution immediately, like right from where you are. And while people are busy arguing over who's right and who's wrong, it's like you understand that they all just need to be taking a step back and being emotionally open to what the collective wants, the collective feels, and how each individual connects with each other. Your soul knows this so well. Your soul knows how to bring balance back to situations so well. But it's almost like because so many people have ridiculed you for it that you feel afraid to express that in a social situation, or just be like, sit down that be like putting it on the table and be like, all right, why don't we do this? And it's like people are like, yeah, right, and they kind of like look at it and they're like, wait, like, yeah, like, let's try it. And it's weird because you don't really get the credit for it. It's like the collective gets the credit for it, because once you actually put that out on the table, it's like people are kind of taking a step back and like hearing each other. But it's like there's something about how great, because you are humbled so much by not getting any credit, you have your power in changing people grows exponentially, because you're just like, you kind of think of it as nothing. That's kind of what you're that's what's funny about you and your soul family, is like you don't get the credit, or you don't feel like people are truly appreciating how deep you understand things. But it humbles you, it makes you change to, it's like your entire soul family gets to like push themselves to be better and push themselves to be more, to hold themselves up in these deep situations. You're like diving so deep within yourself and not being afraid and not like losing your grip on reality. Like when you think it's nothing like that and you're just kind of doing it, it makes you learn it like walking, like a habit, like breathing, and it becomes an etherealness. You and your soul family have this ethereal movement to you. Might be connected to the ocean. You just have beautiful voices. You have a way of coaxing people into doing things. You have a way of getting people to understand without being really loud or in your face about it. Because you innately understand how it means to understand things, because you understand their emotional viewpoint. Just intuitively, you might be psychic. You and your soul family are definitely psychic. But I'm not getting... It's like y'all help share and connect, grow emotions together with like, by feeling so deeply, by expressing yourself so deeply, like being this like emotionally open person and bringing to the table this realness that people are afraid of, and doing it in a way where it's like work for you. You might have Jupiter placements that are significant to you, but it's like, it's just how you go about things. It's work to you, you know. And sometimes it's exhausting for you because you do get no credit, but it almost makes you strong. It makes you really strong, because in those situations where people just throw tantrums because they don't get what they want, or people just freak out because they feel like they're not doing right, or they're like suddenly like unsure about their direction in life, just situations like that, it's like you already understand that it's okay, you know, we're all gonna die, like shit happens how you manifest it. And when it gets down to the real shit, when situations get bad and people are genuinely scared, people genuinely don't know what to do, they come to you. They know they need that energy of just like innate understanding, divine feminine, the strength to see from all perspectives and make a medium, make a bridge between everyone. It's beautiful energy, honestly. Like it's like when you connect to your soul family when you're sitting back and just being passive, and I'm getting divine feminine energy again, just like silence. It's almost like you can't find the words half the time because it's just, there's no words for it. You're just like, you're seeing it all around you, you're feeling it all around you, it's happening at all times, and it's just like, it's like you are helping the world and the collective become more aware of that, not only within themselves but in other people. You're probably one of the instigators of the 5D consciousness shift. If not, maybe that's something you might feel passionate working on. I would recommend reading about a book called The Wanderer's Journey. if you want to learn more about that. But I heard black magic again. Some of you, go for it, man. Whatever you do with whatever you have going on, it's really fun, first of all. And spirit just loves when you do it. They're just like, oh, hell yeah, come on, like, start it. Like, it's like you're casting the first stone. It's like you're being like, it's like you're setting the boundary. Like, okay, this is how it's gonna be. Let's go. Let's see what y'all can do. And it's like, I just saw that scene in Happy Feet where like everybody, all the young penguins wanted to like jump in the water, but it was so scary. And then I forgot his name, but he fucking just like tripped and started like sliding down the ice and fell in the ocean. Everybody was like, okay, and they started jumping in after him because he was like, the water's great. Yeah. I'm getting like the energy from this pile that y'all don't really know what y'all are doing. Y'all just it just kind of happens. Like, it just kind of comes out of you. You're just kind of this emotional person. You just kind of constantly be talking about deep shit. And like, when you're balanced like that with your inner child and like just having fun with what you're doing and not taking it so serious, like, that's when you're instigating the change within yourself and other people to like, I don't know, you'd be really good at magic. You're really good at manifesting things to people. Really good at like, you would be good at spell work, for other people, doing spells for other people, or like subliminals. If you are into subliminals, you would do really well at creating subliminals. Some of you might just be little devil worshippers, or you might just, have fun, messed around. I don't see anything. I'm not hearing like spirit mad at you or anything. They're just like, don't take it seriously. Don't get in all these illusions. Don't manipulate people, of course. And well, actually, you can use it to help people. This deep emotional well you have, and this ability to manifest things just because of your innate belief in how things work. Like, you can, I don't know, I feel like you can dominate anything you come to. You can, any job you wanted to do, you would excel at. Like, I don't know, I'm just getting really self-sufficient, awesome energy from this pile. Like, you can do anything, and you and your soul family, like, your soul family wants to know that you can do anything. Yeah, we have justice as the overall energy with fucking judgment under it and 2 of Cups under it. Okay, wow, I just got twin flame, soulmates. When you connect with your emotions like that, and you connect with your inner strength like that, and your temperance like that, that's when you're in touch with your twin flame, your soulmate. And if those of you don't vibe with that soulmate thing, I'm hearing that you and your soul family are bringing ultimate justice and judgment to other people. So you bring forth to the table the truth. You speak the emotional truth about what's going on. And yeah, your soul family just like wants to embody that, like, the change in people, or like helping people change for the better, or just like bringing justice to situations which deserve it. Yeah, your soul family is definitely going to protect you from any. They already do a very, very thorough job of protecting you from a lot of things, but they want to help you like get on a deeper level with it. Like, they encourage you to get on a deeper level with your psychic ability, and like, it's almost like they're pushing you to find something. I'm hearing that like you have this power that's untapped, and they want you to look inside and like use it in social situations. Like, bring it out. You may already know what it is. If you don't, they want you to meditate on it. They want you to talk to them about it. But if you don't know what it is, they want you to go inside yourself and find out. Either hang out with the people who you feel like are your tribe, your family, and like see what you like about them, and like what it is that connects the two of you. or meditate and get in touch with your guides, and like, because your guides will connect you with your soul family. A lot of us can't be in direct contact with our soul family in this lifetime just because of how stuff is spread out for this incarnation cycle. So don't be afraid to like start connecting with the 5D realms in order to do that. Alright, that's your reading, powerful.